Hey guys, how you doing today? I am planting my seeds, getting my seeds started in the house for the summer. So what I'm planting today is in these two containers, these 6 pots, I'm planting giant zinnias. These are the colors of some of the zinnias, and these are the giant kind. But I'm not actually planting this seed packet today. I am planting what my mom gave me of her zinnias from last year, and then I have more of my own. But I wanted to plant hers because she had the giants, and last year I only had the regular ones. And then I'm also planting up my Rudbeckia seeds. This one doesn't, it just come in an envelope. It didn't have a picture. But I'll put a picture up so you guys can see the Rudbeckia. It's kind of like a daisy. It's like a wild daisy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my zinnias, my giant zinnias. Now, I got these little peat pots. I think they're 3-inch. I went ahead and put my soil in and I wet it down. Except for, oh, I forgot I didn't do this one yet because I had to go get more water. So I'm just going to wet this soil down. Now, I don't use seed starting mix. You can if you want to. It's totally up to you. I just use whatever soil I have in the house is good enough for me. So, with these zinnias, now this still has some shad on it. So I'm just going to, where's my paper plate? Oh, I got it all dirty. Let's see if I can clean it off. There we go. I have two? No, I don't. So what I'm going to do, now I'm not planting, obviously, all of these seeds. But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to pick out some of this. These are just like old flower leaves and stuff. And then I'll show you the actual seed is the white. Can you guys see the white in here? The little white seeds. Those are the actual zinnia seeds. But I'm just gonna, it's not gonna be perfect. I'm just going to get out a little bit of the old flower petals. And I'm not gonna worry. Whoop, there went a seed. I'm not gonna be super picky and make sure every single, usually you can kind of blow on them to separate, but these zinnia seeds are so light. They would just all blow away. Along with the shad or the flower petals. So I just kind of pick them out. But I wanted to go ahead and get my giants started, and I wanted to get my Rudbeckia started. So all I'm going to do, get a few leaves out of here. I forgot to bring my little, and then I'm just going to take and pick a little bit more out here. I'm just going to sprinkle a few, and some of the shad's going to go with it. It's not going to hurt nothing. Sprinkle a few in here over the top of my soil, and you can see I left a little bit shallow in the pot because I'll have to put some more soil over it. And these usually take about 10 days to germinate. Oh, that was a lot of shad. Let me get some more seed. You can see the seed really well once you put it in the soil. But I want a nice big clump. So spreading my seeds around here. And then you want to, I'm going to dump this left back in my bag. There we go. And then the rest of these, and then some of the seed packets I have, because I just don't have the room to start everything in the house. But the rest of these, I will put in the ground, put right down in the soil outside after my first frost date. But it's kind of nice doing that when you have some started in the house that are already, you know, maybe 4 or 6 inches tall, whatever, however long they get before I can get out. And then you'll have other ones that will bloom and come up later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little, and I love these little, I got them on Amazon, and like, I think it was a 10 or 12 pack. These are perfect for small pots, because usually I'm using my bigger one, but I'm just going to take my, cover these up a little bit. They don't have to be super deep. About 1/4 of an inch or so. And then these I'll be putting, once I get them watered in, I want to just lightly re-water the top of this. Get that long piece of bark out. So then I'm just going to lightly re-water, or you can moisten down your soil before you do this. I just always do it this way. I've already soaked down the pot, so it just needs a little. And then what I'm going to do, and these peat pots hold up for a really long time, even getting wet. But if you would happen to see one, because they deteriorate after a while, but what you can do is if you happen to see one starting to deteriorate before you can get it out in the ground, you can just take her and slip her down. I mean, this isn't the right size pot, but you can put her in something like that, and then at least if it starts falling apart, you've still got this. You can just kind of dump it and get her planted outside, or in the ground, or in a pot, or whatever you're going to do with it. Alright, let me grab my cellophane, because of course I forgot my cellophane. Okay, I got my cellophane. All I'm going to do, now I'm going to move my tag over in this middle one. That way it can kind of hold up the cellophane a little bit. But, let's see, this is going to be in the way. Let me get my seeds out of the way. I don't want to spill nothing on them. So I'm just going to cover these with cellophane. Yep, that'll be about right. Gosh, I hate working with cellophane. I always... There, I just ruined it. As usual. Come on. There, maybe that might be usable. If not, I'll have to get another piece. I think it'll be alright. But all I'm going to do is just lay it over it. Kind of push that down a little more. Kind of lay it over all of my pots. Just so it keeps it warm. Even though these are going to be growing in my grow tent, I still want them to be covered. And that is good enough, because once these get about 1/2 inch, 1/4 of an inch, as soon as they start popping up and you see those first 2 little leaves, which really aren't true leaves, you'll want to take your greenhouse effect off and then leave it off. They'll be fine after once they germinate. That's it. Alright, now let me get this one covered, and then I'll move these off the table, and then we can move on to getting my Rudbeckia planted. I have other seeds coming that I want to start early also. I have some lavender and a few other things. There, that one ripped off a little easier. So I'm just doing the same with this one, just kind of getting all three of my little pots covered. And there. Now let me get these moved and then we'll go on to the Rudbeckia. Okay, I got those containers put in my grow tent. Now I have these containers are all ready. I'm doing 6 of the Rudbeckia also. I got everything watered. So now what I want to do is, I should have got a clean paper plate, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to dump these. These are so tiny. I'm just going to dump some of these, try not to dump all of them, out on to my plate. You can see look at how little these seeds are. Ooh, I'm trying to get good lighting. See how little those are? That's crazy. So I'm just going to take my finger, hopefully get some of them to stick. Well, I guess I'll just have to do it this way. I'm just going to pinch some of them, sprinkle a few in there. These are such beautiful plants. As I showed you earlier in the video, I showed you a picture of them. They're just like a wild daisy. I have some of these out back. Well, these are different. There's a bunch of different kinds of Rudbeckia. And these are, I'm just going to sprinkle these in here. And then I need a little bit more for my last pot. I'm putting like maybe, I don't know, I mean, I'm guessing because they're so small, but maybe about 10. There, I think I got them all off the plate. Now, let's seal my baggie back up. I think I'm going to write on here instead of having it taped onto that paper. I'm going to write on the bag. There. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same. I'm going to sprinkle some soil over top. And these take also about, I think it said 10 to 12 days when I looked it up on the internet, because that seed packet didn't have any directions with it, but I'm just lightly covering it. Covering the seeds up. And I'm just going to give them a tinge more water on top. There. Now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put this tag right about in the middle. And then, once again, with the saran wrap, plastic wrap, whatever you want. Oh God, it's all stuck. I bought a little greenhouse kit. Here, I'll show you. I bought this. I'm going, oh, one of my begonia leaves fell off. I'm going to be using this, but I have other plants and I want to try to do, like, oh, look at that. Those come with, they come with tags, and then it's, Plant Vitamins Super Thrive. Oh, it's Super Thrive. I bought these before and they never come with that, but I'm going to be using these for other seeds, and I'll do these. I'm going to use this one later, maybe April-ish, something like that. I don't know. My lavender is going to go into the peat pots, and then my smaller plants, because usually you can only put 1 to 2 seeds. These are the pods, and then you put water in here, because this has a greenhouse top, and then it has a watering, it holds the water on the bottom. Oops, sorry. But these will all puff up. And if I don't use all of them, I'm not going to puff up all of my, I think they call them pods. But with these, the only thing I don't like is here, I'll show you. And I'll show you what I do when I use this. Is, oh, throw that on the floor. There's the greenhouse cover. It looks like this. Really cool. I think this was 72. Yeah, 72 peat pellets with the tray, and then you get Super Thrive, plant vitamins for seedlings. Pour packet into 1 gallon of water. Oh, it's only used. Oh, it's liquid. Place Jiffy pellets or seed starting mix into tray and wet completely with Super Thrive mixture. Oh, and plant seeds out. Oh, okay, cool. Then you get some little thingies, but these, you pour water on them in here, and then you got your, well, no, I guess this doesn't have a secondary tray. I thought it did for water. But when you put your, oh, let me move up a little bit. My back is killing me from bending over. You put these in your container, and then you pour water in here, and they all puff up. And then this little like meshy kind, it's not even mesh, I don't know how to explain it, this white covering that's on it holds your peat together in a little pod. But what I like to do, I leave it I leave it for as long as my plants are in here. But once I go to take them outside, I'll take my clippers or my snippers or whatever, and once it's puffed up, it'll sit about that tall. Ooh, it'll sit about that tall. But I'll clip this off and peel it, because sometimes this stuff does not loosen up very well. Once you put it into soil and it gets kind of compacted, it doesn't want to let go. So I just snip that off, peel it, and then plop these little things into the ground. But like I said, I'll be using this later. So I'm going to put all this back together. And I'll just set that down. Oh, I'll take care of it later. But, so now I'm just going to cover these up with my saran wrap. Ooh, it looks like I'm about hitting the end of the row with this one. But this is an easy, pretty inexpensive. These come in a pack of 15, I believe, and they were only a couple bucks. Yeah, pack of 15. 3-inch Jiffy pots. And you can see I still have like 3 left out of what I used. But I like them. I don't buy them every year. A lot of times I just use my regular old smaller plastic nursery containers because I have them. But this year I seen these and I was like, oh, I'm going to get some of these this year. Because it's so easy. You can just put them right down on the ground, dig your hole, put them down in the ground, and you're done. There, that looks good. Ugh. Sheesh. Such a fight. And I'm just placing my plastic wrap over it. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. You just keep in some heat and some moisture in there. If you want it to be really tight, you could scotch tape it. You know, because I'm just using any old tray. It's just stuff old out of my kitchen that I don't use anymore, or stuff that I pick up at Goodwill that I use for my gardening plants. So, alright, there's that one's ready. Now let me get her in there and then I'll show you guys the inside of the grow tent with the seeds in it. There we go, I got everything in my grow tent. I still have a few plants down here at the bottom. which I'm getting ready to repot a couple of these, but once I get more of these plants in, I'll have a second. I've got another wire rack to go on the bottom, so I can get more seedlings in here. But there they are in my Mars Hydro grow tent, and well, the humidity has dropped a lot, but it was 78-degree temperature in here, and then it was like 70% humidity, but I've had it open for a few minutes, so I will update you guys when I start seeing growth. And then once they get a little bit taller, I'll show you how I clip them. And then let them grow out more. They'll grow out bushier and better. So there they are. I'm so excited. Finally got some seeds started, and I got all my bulbs started, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Alright guys, I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Peace.